Hey folks, this is Chris with Oregon Figs. It is February 22nd, 2025, and this is the view I've seen a lot of lately. I just had surgery a week ago, and I can't do too much, which is driving me crazy because I always do way too much. But let's get out of my little comfy chair and talk about rooting fig cuttings. I reuse my 4x9-inch tree pots. That's why I like to buy the thicker tree pots. These are from Greenhouse Megastore. This one over here with the ribs, this is what they used to sell several years ago. These are actually my favorite. And then these are the new ones that they sell right now. They're much thicker than the ones you're gonna get on Amazon. And if you're reusing them, it's nice to have a higher quality tree pod. So I buy these, and they've worked great in the past. One thing that I do is a little trick. You can see this one right here. A friend of mine grew this tree for me, and I'm actually going to gift the tree. It's now in 7-gallon. I'm going to gift it to another person that's just getting started down in Drain, Oregon. Anyways, my friend marked it with a marker, and I couldn't get that marker to come off even with gasoline. So I use blue painter's tape, and I'll just take a piece of it, and I'll just cut it this size, and I'll mark the date that I started it and what the variety is. That way I can take it out of the tree pot when it's fully rooted, reuse the tree pot, pull the tape off, and the whole process starts again. It's good for the planet. You're reusing things. You're not just throwing them away. So that's a little tidbit that saves money, and it's good for the planet. So when I start my cuttings, I always start at what I call near field capacity. And I like HP Pro Mix or Sunshine Mix. And you can put it in your hand and you can squeeze it and get a few drops to come out. So what I will do is I'll use this tray. This is called the Chieftain tray. It's just a tray that's really stout that Greenhouse Megastore sells. I will put my HP Pro Mix in this. This year I might add a little extra perlite, though I've never done that in the past and I've had really good success. I think the key is not having your mix be too wet for too long when you're rooting cuttings in a tree pot. So I use that to make my mix, and by adding the water slowly to your HP Pro Mix, you can get it at that near field capacity, and you can have consistency through the whole batch. In this case, I'm going to try to do 16. I also buy this little holder here, and it's just a holder that holds 16 pots. These pots are super tippy. When you put them in here like this, and you get one next to each other, they each hold each other up. And it really is a great way to grow. I've been doing this for years. I absolutely love this. I never bottom water, right? Bottom water is a recipe for disaster for me. I've tried it and had really bad luck because the fungus gnats just went wild. So I try to keep it under control and try to keep the fungus gnats under control. If you start all of your 4x9-inch tree pots at near field capacity and you just have it on a heat mat, I'll have it elevated from a heat mat. So I'll have a heat mat under this that's regulated by a thermostat, but you've got the thickness of the holder and you've got the thickness of the pot. So it elevates it off the heat mat. And once again, it's regulated with a thermostat at 78 degrees. Won't cook the roots. If you don't have a thermostat, you can cook the roots. So get the roots up off of that heat, but have the heat there. Don't water too much, right? After I get these potted, I won't touch them for 2 weeks. They won't need water for 2 weeks. And then I'll start slowly watering, adding a little at a time. So it's about patience, and I get it. There are a lot of people giving a lot of advice, and it's hard to cipher through all the advice. Water is a killer. Another thing that can kill your cuttings, if they look like they're growing great and they just all of a sudden die out of nowhere, quite honestly, it's the cuttings have been frozen in transit. This happens frequently. If you don't believe me, ask the Duke. The Duke knows. So, are you not going to listen to the Duke? I always listen to the Duke. Okay, we'll see you on the next one.